September 16th, 2020. Joe here at the Wake Up Channel. I just want to do a really quick 5 or 6 minute video on the wildfires that have been raging across the West. And of course, we are seeing constant bombardment by the media, blaming Trump, of course, for everything. They are literally trying to blame Trump for this, label him a climate change denier. I don't believe that Trump thinks that climate change is a complete hoax. The real hoax, however, is the fact that we have half a scientist that are telling us that it is not specifically man-made, that it is a natural phenomenon that has been happening for millennia, and we have half of the scientists that out there that are telling us something completely different. So who do we really believe? It's really hard to discern what is really actually going on anymore. So I just wanted to make this really quick video to kind of talk about the wildfires and so forth and give you my personal thoughts about what could be going on with this whole thing. There was a recent article that just came out from Newsbusters. Media blame climate change for California wildfires, ignores forestry policy land use factors. Trump did bring this up in, I believe, a town hall meeting and some other types of media engagements where he has continuously blamed the forestry policies of California and also up and down the West Coast. Please understand, and this is one of the main things I want to say in this video, that number one, whenever something natural happens, that the media really just wants to make sure that you go crazy. I mean, we see this, climate change in the movies and so forth, and it's really just designed to keep you on the edge of your seat and keep you watching and keep you afraid as well.
Evacuate everyone south of that line.
But it's really more than just that. It is, the fact of the matter is that whenever people, like I said, and it's a common thing, whenever people are afraid, they do make snap decisions and they do things that they wouldn't normally do. And it's really hard to kind of talk sense into people when they are like that.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
Calm down now. Get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
So we have different types of news outlets like NBC News. We see it's going to be all about climate change. We see this over and over and over. CBS News, LA Times cutoffs, climate change deniers. California Destructive Summer brings blunt talk about climate change. It's all about climate change. We're not really talking about some of the overglaring facts of the matter. I did have to look and up some facts and statistics. I went to III.org, which is the Insurance Information Institute. I also went to the National Interagency Fire Center. First thing that I really kind of stood out to me is that wildfires by year 2020, it goes back a couple of years at least, 2017. We do see here there is some common things that are at play here, and that's location. We mainly see California and Oregon and all up the West Coast. Why don't we see more fires and so forth in the Midwest and on the East Coast? We are seeing it mainly on the West Coast, here on the National Interagency Fire Center. They keep track of all this kind of stuff. So we go here to year-to-date statistics, all the way back to 2010. So a decade's worth of information here. Back in 2010, there was a total of 2.6 million acres burned. And then we went to 7 to 8, back to 4 to 2 to 8 to 4 to 8, 7, 4, 6. It's staying pretty much around 5 to 6 million acres burned. So we are an average right now. Last year, we were below average. 2018, we were above. 2016, we were below. 14 below, and so forth and so on. This is a common phenomenon, and there have been many people that have been coming forward over the past few weeks saying, hey, this isn't something that is abnormal. The only reason why we are actually seeing this type of stuff is because we're actually in the way of all these expanding fires. Now, El Nino and La Nina that happens, from year to year on a cyclical basis, and obviously the winds and so forth that are prevalent in that area coming off the mountains, they do have a significant effect. But simply blaming this on climate change is absolutely nonsense. It makes absolutely no sense. But people really don't want to see that. They want to blame Trump for everything. They want to blame people for everything. They want to blame climate change. And really, when at the end of the day, it is all about instituting a new world order, a globalism. We have to come together. All countries have to come together to solve this world problem. When it's not so much a world problem, it's not so much a problem either. I think it's a very natural thing that's happened. Yes, I believe that the earth is warming up a little bit. But if you actually look at the real numbers, we have remained stable, pretty stable over the last few hundreds, if not the few thousand years. Now, of course, we don't have all of the data through thousands of years. We actually have to get that data from core samples and so forth and other types of methods to collect temperature variations throughout history. But it's very important to understand when it comes to these wildfires, it's very sad, of course, when people lose their homes. But you have to understand, in California and these places, it's becoming very overpopulated. People are building their homes and their businesses in the middle of these paths of fires. It's also a problem when we have a governor that doesn't want, or California has a governor, because I don't live in California, but when they have a governor that doesn't want to clear the amount of land that's needed to prevent a lot of these fires from happening. That's what Trump is talking about. He's surrounded with smart people that know what they're talking about. He's not a complete doofus. So we need to understand that these wildfires are not a particularly climate change issue. Is it making it worse? Sure. It could be making it worse, but is it causing it? Absolutely not. We want to blame everything on climate change when climate change could exacerbate certain problems or certain natural issues that might happen. That's why we call them natural disasters and so forth, because they happen naturally. They happen on a cyclical basis, and we keep forgetting that. So this was from the Mercury News here recently. It says here, this is from, let me see. There was a particular quote here that I thought was interesting. Let me see. Well, I will put a link in the description. What basically they are saying is that historically you've always had people that want to live outside the city, although you didn't necessarily see a lot of subdivisions where housing is sold in mass. She said, people, I think I am in suburbia and my house won't burn. A lot of these people are building their houses in the path of these fires. And we have a lot of dry areas. And whenever we have a lot of those compounding issues happen, we will have more fires. But not only that, we also have people that are going out and intentionally starting fires. The fact is, 80% of fires are caused by people, not by nature. I think 10 to 15%, maybe upwards to 20% are caused by natural methods or natural causes like lightning and so forth. But we are actually doing all that, but we want to blame it all on climate change. Of course, we believe that we are the ones driving climate change as well. And they want to put us obviously in horses and buggies and so forth and get rid of all fossil fuels. And at least that's what Biden wants to do, along with raising everyone's taxes. So I'm going to leave it at that, but make sure that you keep an open mind. Make sure that you keep an open eye every time something comes out, every time there's some sort of rage that's going on. Understand that there is a story behind the story. There's things that they're not telling you. So make sure you keep an open mind in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.